Hey YouTube, I'm gone boondocking. I've come to bring you a new video that I hope will bring value to your lives. Okay, let's get the show on the road. Okay, today's video we're going to be talking about Berkey water filters. It's one of the best water filters you can get for this lifestyle. One of the really great things about them is that you can use virtually any source of water. Berkey can literally filter water right straight out of a pond, and it's perfectly safe to drink. Our Berkey water filter is called a travel size Berkey, and it's a 1.5 gallon capacity. And today what I want to show you is not just about the Berkey, but also how to make the filters last a lot longer. From what I'm hearing from other YouTubers and other campers is that they get just so many months out of their filters, and then they have to throw them away. What I'm going to show you today is how to clean the filters and how to back flush them to make them return them to their original condition. Berkey water filters are good for, each water filter is good for 3,000 gallons of water. So the 2 water filters that come in the travel size Berkey, that's 6,000 gallons of water. Now, if each camper just drank 1 gallon of water a day, that's 6,000 days worth of water. And now we're talking about decades, and it shouldn't, the water filters shouldn't last just a few months considering their cost. If you were to actually factor in the cost per gallon, the Berkey water filter system is by far the cheapest water filter system out there because the water filters last so long. Okay, so I'm going to show you what these look like. Okay, this is our water filter. Like I said before, it's the Berkey Travel, and it's a 1.5 gallon capacity. We also added the platform stand below it, so that we would be able to get water out of it while it's mounted inside one of our cabinets. We also added the sight glass to it, so we can tell what the level of the water, the filtered water, is at any time. We simply can stick a pan or a cup or a measuring cup under the spigot and be able to draw our water out as much as we need. Every evening we fill up the top container, and then whenever it starts getting low again, we just refill it. Eventually I'm going to pipe in a water line into the top so that we'll be able to refill our Berkey direct from our water tanks simply by turning a valve off and on, and that would just make it much more convenient. The reason why I did ours this way is because going down the road, the Berkey is very stable, very secure. It doesn't slosh around or anything. Whenever we are traveling, we just make sure that the top container, the unfiltered reservoir, is only no more than half full, and that way no water sloshes out. As I said before, we built our water filter system into one of our cabinets, and so this is how I remove it. Take the top lid off, and you can see I've cut holes that would just fit the Berkey filter. Okay, and I just raise this up above it. I'm able to remove the shelf, and now I have access to be able to remove the top reservoir, and then we'll take this outside, and I will show you then how to back flush and clean the water filter elements to be able to make them last for decades. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're outside. I want to show you one other thing I've ordered from Amazon. I'm going to put the links to all of the 4 things in the description: the link for the filter, the link for the stand, the link for the sight tube, and for this. This is called the Berkey primer. Okay, what this does is when the filters are brand new, they have to have water pushed through them before they'll start gravity filtering the water into the clean water reservoir below. Now, what I've simply done is I've rearranged these two valves. There's a valve here that the water goes one way. There's a valve here that the water goes one way on the end here. And I've rearranged this so that now I can screw this onto the bottom of I don't even have to remove the water filters from the container. I can screw this right onto the bottom, okay, of one of the water filters. Okay, just like this. And this way you don't have to constantly remove and reinstall the water filters. Okay, the only time you have to do that is when back flushing no longer works on it by itself. Then you can, there's another way you can do it, and that's to clean the filters. That means that the surface of these filters have become too contaminated with material that plugs up the pores of the filter. What you can do is just put plain Dawn soap and water and wash only the outside. Do not allow any soap or anything into the inside of the filter. Just wash the outside surface and scrub it with a light brushing, and that opens all those pores back up, and then you can go ahead and backflush the filters again, and get them running. So after we put this on, basically the water can only go in one direction now. The water comes into this hose through our squeeze bulb, and then it goes into the wrong way into the water filter itself, and it forces water through it in the opposite direction and clears out and cleans out the pores of the water filter. So here we go. And it's a little bit of a time consumer because the bulb has to expand pretty slowly and all that to fill up with water, but eventually you'll be pushing water, through the bulb. Okay, you can see the water flowing through there now. Okay, and then you can also see the pores now. I'll show you. See the inside of the filters are already wet from the water coming out. See the water coming out now? It's even coming out the inside. So you can see inside in the bottom how much water has already been pushed in the opposite direction through this filter material. You can kind of see it now down at the bottom. And the water just flowing through, in the wrong direction and cleaning out the pores of the water filter. Now you do this to each filter, okay, and you can see how much water is coming out of that filter there, and see the bubbles that are forming, the water bubbles, okay, as it's coming out. See, there's a difference. There, I'm not squeezing. The water bubbles kind of go away. Okay. All right, the water bubble's all gone. Now I'm going to squeeze it again. Watch this. See, and see, this is how the water is filtered when water goes in the opposite direction. Okay. So once you've done that one, you remove the Berkey primer, okay, from this one. You put it on the other one, and you do exactly the same thing. And once you're all done, then your filters are both cleared, and so now you're ready to start filtering water again. Okay, so I wanted to mention something about the Berkey water filter itself. Okay, is that how much money we save with this Berkey water filter. We were buying bottled water for a very long time, and after I started figuring, accounted for how much we were spending just for bottled water. It was something like $40 a month for two people. So in that, this Berkey water filter, though it may be expensive, it pays for itself in just a few months. In a few months from now, all the water you get from that point on is entirely free no cost, and not only does it save you a lot of money, but it also keeps you from having to go back to town. It keeps you out here in nature, enjoying this lifestyle, because your water sources are no longer can be found at the local supermarket. Your water source can be a river, a stream, a pond, or even just using your own fresh water that's in your freshwater tank. And that significantly has extended our time in nature. I've heard many people tell me that it is water that makes them return to town the first before anything else. And so this will significantly improve your quality of life, your time that you get to spend in nature. Okay, that's about all you really need to know about this, except just to reiterate, a Berkey water filter is very much worth the money. It will save you money if you have to pay for bottled water, or if you're even paying for water in a 7-gallon square jug or a 6-gallon jug, and getting that filtered water at Walmart. You're saving money. But I can tell you the Berkey water filter is a much better water filter than what you will find at Walmart, in their dispensary. The taste of the water that's in a Berkey is absolutely refreshing. I have never in my life tasted such good water that can be found in a Berkey water filter. This is an unpaid plug for Berkey. No one's given me any money, or I'm not making anything from this, but I can simply tell you, everyone I offer a glass of water to and just allow them to try it, all seem to have exactly the same thing to say about it. This is the best tasting water you can find. Okay, well, with that, I wish you all happy camping, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye. Well, I hope you enjoyed that and found it helpful. I want to thank you for watching every one of my videos. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my very best to answer them as quickly as possible. There's always room for one more out here. I'll see you then. I'm gone boondocking.